Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy K3V, and listen up because we're about to dive into the realest, the rawest, the most dangerous side of hip-hop rap beefs. Now I ain't talking about your average Twitter fingers and subliminal disses. Nah, we talking about the kind of beef that spills out into the streets, the kind of beef that makes headlines and leaves careers in ruins. We're talking Tupac and Biggie, Drake and Meek, the whole 9 yards. Stay tuned, because I'm about to break down the top 10 craziest rap beefs that almost turned deadly. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. Now some of y'all might remember this one starting as a simple internet squabble. Soulja Boy, always been known to run his mouth on Twitter, got to talking about Chris Brown's ex, Karrueche Tran. Now we all know Chris ain't one to back down from a fight, especially when it comes to his women. What started as a war of words quickly escalated. We talking diss tracks, Instagram rants, the whole 9 yards, but here's where it got real. These brothers decided to settle their differences the old-fashioned way, in the boxing ring. They even got Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson in their corners, training them up for the ultimate showdown. Now, the fight never actually happened, but the tension was so thick, you could cut it with a knife. This wasn't just about Twitter fingers anymore. This was personal, man. This was about respect, pride, and who was really about that life. Let's be real, nobody saw this one coming. Drake, at the top of his game, gets hit with a career-threatening accusation from Meek Mill ghostwriting. Now in the rap game, that's the ultimate disrespect. Meek claimed Drake didn't write his own rhymes, that he had someone else penning his verses. The internet went wild. Drake, never one to back down, fired back with not one but 2 diss tracks, charged up in back-to-back. And let me tell you, those tracks were brutal. They were the kind of disses that could end careers. Meek tried to respond, but the damage was done. This beef shook the whole industry. It made everyone question the authenticity of their favorite rappers. It was a real turning point in hip-hop history. Yo, this right here is the definition of a long-standing grudge. 50 Cent and Ja Rule, 2 titans of the early 2000s, went at it like no other. It was a clash of styles, a clash of crews, a clash of everything. Now the origins of this beef are murky, but the consensus is that it started with straight-up disrespect. There were rumors of robberies, diss tracks flying back and forth, and even physical altercations. 50 Cent, with his ruthless business mind, made sure to crush Ja Rule not just musically but commercially too. He even went as far as buying out all the tickets to a Ja Rule concert just so the venue would look empty. Now that's cold-blooded, man. The crazy thing is, this beef is still simmering today. Every now and then they'll take shots at each other in interviews or on social media. This is a beef for the ages. Chapter 4, Nicki Minaj vs. Cardi B when queens collide. Now this one was like watching a car crash in slow motion. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, 2 of the biggest female rappers in the game, went from cordial to combative real quick. It all started with subtle jabs, subliminal disses on tracks, but things escalated when Cardi B confronted Nicki at a New York Fashion Week party. And that's when all hell broke loose. Shoes were thrown, insults were hurled, and the whole world was watching. The beef became a media frenzy, with both sides using interviews and social media to air their grievances. It divided fans, sparked countless memes, and left a stain on both of their careers. It was a reminder that even in a game dominated by men, women can throw down just as hard. Chapter 5, Eminem vs. MGK, the diss heard round the world. This beef was personal. Eminem, the rap god himself, doesn't get rattled easily. But when Machine Gun Kelly, aka MGK, came at him sideways, M was ready to end careers. It all started with a tweet MGK sent years earlier, disrespecting Eminem's daughter, Haley. M, being the protective father he is, never forgot that. Fast forward to 2018, MGK takes a shot at M on a Tech N9 NE track. That's when M unleashed Not Alike, a diss track so brutal, so disrespectful it shook the whole game. MGK tried to respond with Rap Devil, but it was like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Eminem came back with Kill Shot, and that was it. MGK was done. This beef proved that even in the age of the internet, Eminem is not to be messed with. Chapter 6, NBA Youngboy vs. Lil Durk. Street tension goes viral. This ain't your daddy's rap beef. This one's rooted in the streets with real-life consequences. NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk, 2 of the biggest names in street rap, have been entangled in a dangerous feud fueled by gang affiliations, disses, and even violence. Their beef is complicated, stemming from their respective crews and the ever-present tension between Chicago and Baton Rouge. It's about loyalty, respect, and protecting your territory. The beef has resulted in diss tracks, social media rants, and tragically, even loss of life. This feud is a stark reminder that for some rappers the streets are more than just a backdrop for their music, it's their reality. Now this beef took the whole game by storm. Pusha T, known for his sharp lyrics and street credibility, went after Drake with a diss track for the ages, The Story of Adidon. What made this beef so explosive was the information Pusha T dropped in his verses. He exposed Drake's secret child, a son he had with former adult film star Sophie Brousseau. The internet went into meltdown. Nobody saw that coming. Drake, caught off guard, was forced to address the situation publicly, confirming the rumors about his son. This beef wasn't just about music anymore. It was about personal lives being exposed, secrets being revealed, and the lengths some artists will go to for a win. Chapter 8. This ain't just a rap beef, this is a story of betrayal, violence, and the streets. Gucci Mane and Jeezy, two Atlanta rap legends, had a falling out that went far beyond music. It all started over a song, So Icy, and Who Deserved Credit. But things took a dark turn when an associate of Jeezy was killed during an alleged robbery attempt involving Gucci's crew. Gucci Mane was charged with murder but claimed self-defense. The case went to trial, and Gucci was eventually acquitted. This beef was raw, it was real, and it had real-life consequences that extended far beyond the music industry. Chapter 9. This right here, this is the granddaddy of all rap beefs. Tupac Shakur and the notorious Big, two of the greatest rappers of all time, locked horns in a feud that would change the landscape of hip-hop forever. It was East Coast versus West Coast, Death Row Records versus Bad Boy Records, a cultural clash that played out on the streets and on the airwaves. The beef was fueled by diss tracks, media hype, and a rivalry that seemed to escalate with every passing day. Tragically, both Tupac and Biggie were gunned down in separate incidents, their deaths shrouded in mystery and conspiracy theories that persist to this day. Their beef remains a cautionary tale, a reminder of the destructive power of words and the devastating consequences of violence. Chapter 10. Now this beef might seem a little different from the others, but trust me, it was just as impactful. KRS-One, the teacher, the conscious voice of hip-hop, had a problem with MC Hammer's commercially driven, dance-heavy style. KRS-One felt that Hammer's music was contributing to a negative image of hip-hop, glorifying materialism and ignoring the social issues plaguing the community. He released Stop the Violence, a scathing diss track aimed not just at Hammer, but at the entire industry. Hammer, taken aback by the attack, responded with Turn This Mother Out, defending his style and dismissing KRS-One's criticisms. The beef sparked a national conversation about the direction of hip-hop, forcing artists and fans alike to confront the consequences of commercialization and the responsibility of representing a culture. This wasn't just about diss tracks, it was about the very soul of hip-hop. Yo, we just took a trip through some of the most explosive, most dangerous, most impactful rap beefs of all time. From Twitter fingers to street violence, these feuds have shaped the culture, left careers in ruins, and even claimed lives. It's a reminder that hip-hop is more than just music. It's a reflection of the streets, the struggles, and the triumphs of real people. Now, for those of you who love diving into the lavish lifestyles of your favorite rappers, stay tuned, because next time, we're counting down the top 10 richest rappers and their craziest purchases. You already know it's gonna be wild. Like and subscribe if you want more insane hip-hop stories. Let me know in the comments what your favorite beef is. Peace.